Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back to the stream. It's me, Digi Driver. Today is Tuesday, June the 18th, 2024. It's a little past 9 p.m. Sorry for the late kickoff, but there were some final poorly timed updates that I chose to do. But I did actually get the airport installed from San Francisco that I was graciously gifted by Studio Canuck. The which version of San Francisco was it? I forget the exact name, but I do know it came out a while ago, and there have been updates to it. I just know it's been a while since I've flown out of the West Coast, and I am going to be flying tonight, but not before we take care of some extremely important business, which is, of course, talking about the latest project, which has actually come out from under wraps for just about the past 2.5 months plus. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it is nearing the finish line. But my friends, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome back. Welcome back to MSFS. And let's talk. As they say, let's talk turkey. We are going to go to the project that I've been working on for quite literally just about the past, like I said, 2+ months. Team Miller 51, hello, welcome on in. Happy to have you aboard, friend. You're going to see what I've been up to. If any of you are familiar with, air shows and events across the US and around the world, you might be familiar with a place out in the Midwest somewhere named Oshkosh. There is a yearly event there called Air Venture, and there's also a simulated equivalent. Now, I do know of both VATSIM and Pilot Edge equivalents, but a little while ago, I had the opportunity to speak with a very good friend of mine that told me, hey, by the way, did you want me to try to see if I can get you in the door for this upcoming project? So one thing led to another. I spoke with some very cool folks at Pilot Edge, and I was introduced to the development program for actually getting started working on SimVenture for this year. We talked, and one thing led to another, and I wound up actually beginning to work with their team. So, over the course of the past 2.5 months, I have been working with them to update their MSFS scenery for this year's SimVenture event. And here we are at Whitman Regional Airport, Kilo Oscar Sierra Hotel. And now I get to show you all for the very first time what I have been working on. Actually, excuse me for just a moment because my in-game resolution is not properly configured. I wanted to get it down to 1080p because I wanted to take off for a flight after I was done. But let me show you the project. Now, I'm going to, I think, make these be, can I move them? No, I have to grab the pieces, but hold on. We'll load the BGL project first, and then that should allow me to start moving things around. So I'm going to what can I do? Can I put this? I should be able to. Oh, well, that's interesting. Yoo-hoo. Okay, hold on, hold on. I think I just borked my display up, and I kind of wish I didn't do that. How do I get out of this? Hmm, that's a problem. Oh, there we go. No, wait. Almost had it. Can I? Okay, I can. Just barely. But hold on. Did I move it? Oh, this is funny. I don't know. Let me at least can I move the windows out of the way? Let me close the scenery editor. There we go. That's better. It's a little weird. Where's the option that lets me make those windows not be solid? I don't care about the aircraft capture tool. Um, whoops. Hello? Manage windows. Let me at least make them always transparent. You okay? Okay. Give me a bit. This is seems to be stuck. This is weird. There we go. That's better. Okay. All right, folks. Sorry for the delay. I just need to get up and do something quickly. And I should be able to show you guys around. In the meantime, let me entertain you with the weird deal. I'm sorry, guys. I just saw Twitch chat. No, I don't think they're gonna now release a Millennium Falcon aircraft. Somebody did a freeware add-on for that. But Eric, stand by and be entertained by the rapidly disappearing uh, what you call it, bush plane that's disappearing from view. It's really weird, but at the same time, is what it is. Okay, great. Now we should be able to. No, no, no. I thought I could try. There we go. That's better. I don't know why, but the sim started doing this. All right, sit tight, folks. Just need to move something, and I'll be right back. I know, clickbait, right? Sit tight. All right, chat, enough clickbaiting. Let's get down to business. All right. You roughly finished your first fictional airport. That's great. Congratulations. T Miller, just, feel free to send me a whisper or drop the deets in chat and I'll try to catch up as we go. Okay, folks. Welcome to Kilo Oscar Sierra Hotel. This is Oshkosh, or rather, this is the version of Oshkosh that's available for Pilot Edge subscribers. Now, pardon these windows. I think I'm actually going to put the windows away for now since they're not going to serve us any good, since I'm not working on the project at the moment. Okay, I have the scenery open. Oh, wait a minute. I need to actually have the project editor open because this needs to be loaded. Silly dude. That's a lot better. Can I... You know what I can do? I can scrunch them. That's exactly what I can do. Bam. So, out of the Midwest, we have a virtual fly-in on Pilot Edge. So Pilot Edge subscribers can come and do a virtual flight out to the area. This is, of course, a virtual representation of a full-time event going on. I'm sorry, a real-world event going on. And if you happen to get the SimVenture scenery that's available for Pilot Edge subscribers, you'll see this. You will see I think a short field takeoff competition, complete with bleachers, and I think this is a dragon. Yeah, this is a dragon, and themed tents, including bows and stay level, and lots of virtual aircraft parked to give the presence of a big event going on. The green circles are the spots where you can actually choose to spawn in, I believe. I mean, you could theoretically also park there, you just won't see them when you're in the sim. And what's most interesting about this place is that you have these dots. Don't mind the drawing. It's when you're looking at this as an editor, you see a whole bunch of diagrams, and I could, in theory, select everything, and I think I can actually hide the editing lines. There we go. Now it's a lot easier to see. When you come to AirVenture in the real world, the air traffic controllers are going to be guiding you pretty efficiently and quickly towards touching down, if I understand this correctly, and feel free to correct me, in one of a few areas, like purple dot, green, I guess green square, green dot, yellow dot, red square, or red dot. And there's basically one of a few places they're going to guide you to. And then when you touch down, you're going to start seeing these folks on the side. Maybe not as many IRL, but you're going to see some brave individuals on the field who are going to be pointing you towards where your designated parking spot's going to be. So you'll see these folks probably take you to one of a few assigned spots. Say, I think the first opening is up here. Let me make sure I have my window open. Sorry, folks. Come on. Yes, I'm sure it takes a nutty amount of planning. And eventually what happens is the folks on the ground are probably going to guide you to a specific spot where you're going to be parking. Either up the lane or down the lane. And as you can see, planes on planes on planes on planes. So as you go, you'll be seeing some premium sponsor branding here, all part of the experience. Vintage parking. And eventually you'll get to a spot where they'll probably tell you to park. And I mean, you can attend SimVenture without actually, having the scenery. This is only available for folks that are Pilot Edge subscribers. But at the same time, I am privileged to have worked on this project with these folks, and I hope that you enjoy the visual aids that are here. Yes, hot air balloons. No, you can't fly these, and they do look cool. And so the main grounds have a whole bunch of sponsored tents, including Walker Air, Virtual Fly, King Schools, Stay Level Avionics, and let's see, Real Sim Gear. And yeah, this is a big festival. Lots, and I mean lots of parking out in the field. Another grass field, a blimp out that way. We'll take you that way shortly. And you also have some areas as well where they do have some exhibits. So we have some planes parked in a hangar. Some nice looking planes, I might add. Yes, you did. You saw an Avigraph. That's right. That's right, you did. And then, did I have anything in here? I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, some booths. Some booths. And some tents as well, which is a nice touch. And what's an airplane visit without some gear? And we have some planes over here at the King Schools tent, one of the premium sponsors out here. Some planes that are easy on the frame rate. And what else? This is almost done. Oh, that's right. What was it that I wanted to show you guys? Where was it? Think Digi. Ah, yes. G Cook, hello. G Cook Scotland. Hi, welcome. I am sharing some work that I've done over the past several, like more than two. So yeah, you could say several or some. The past several months. I have been helping to create scenery for the upcoming SimVenture event that's available or will be available for Pilot Edge subscribers to download. You have a Garmin tent here with plenty of spaces to sit down if that's what you want to do. And we have this place called Boeing Plaza with a 747, some classic Boeing jets, and I do mean classic, and some other equipment, and some branding for flight. And here's my favorite part. The for-flight tent. Nice tent, right? I have tablets with screens on them. So I made them, I threw them together in Blender so that theoretically speaking, if you were talking with somebody and like you want to say, hey, let's go to the for-flight tent. Well, I mean, Compensation was discussed, so yes. They took care of me. They took care of me. This was a privilege to work for them, and they were uh, they were willing to talk terms. So there are a few things that I have to do to wrap up the project. I have some steps left, and when I do that, I'm going to create uh, maybe I think like another version of the airport, and then that's pretty much about it. I'll be giving it over to them for final testing, I think, and prep. And then this should be done in time for them to actually release for the event itself. And here are some well-recognized landmarks, including the kind of officially, unofficially official entrance to the event. So you walk through. Oh, yes, yes. Thank you very much, my friend. They did. They did. That was something which was fortunately taken care of very quickly. So no worries about that at all. And if you were attending the event IRL, the layout will probably be something very similar to this, including some classic World War II era aircraft. And you have Warbird Alley, where some amazing, amazing throwback, well, not throwback, but amazing, vintage aircraft exist. There it is. There's the American flag. And of course, we have some more aircraft, including one of my personal favorites, the A4 Skyhawk, one of the most versatile aircraft in the U.S. Navy history. I think you could put about as much ordnance on this plane as the plane weighed. The F-4 Phantom, the F-18, and the Air Force Thunderbird's F-16 aircraft, complete with pilots. And off in the distance, we do actually have an Airbus Beluga as well. Big enough to ship airplane parts in it. It's a big plane. Isn't it nice? Wow. So loads of aircraft, static aircraft that are parked. This airport does actually have a terminal. And what I'm assuming is that most airplanes are probably going to be coming in on this runway or the runway we saw. I think there may be one or two other runways that they use IRL, but at the same time, I am sure that airshow traffic operate on a different kind of system than what they're typically doing the rest of the year. So yeah, I've helped with proliferating premium sponsor branding and with a few fixes and designs, and essentially this has been one of the biggest collaborations I've done, period, ever. Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I have. I've learned more than a bit from this. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. I am happy that I got to work with the team, and sheesh, I mean, it has been an adventure, frankly. So I'm happy to have been a part of the whole bit. There'll be some things that I'll be checking on to make sure that I finish, I think over the next like week. And then probably, hopefully, by the time the 24th rolls around, it will be in their hands, I'd say, for final review and preparations for download. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, this turned into such an amazing experience and opportunity to work with these people, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. So yeah, will I be flying this approach when the event is up and running? It has been a very long time since I actually did a flight on Pilot Edge, VFR or otherwise. So I would probably say there's a good chance that I'm not going to be participating in the event per se, but you'd better believe that I'm going to be paying attention to anyone that actually chooses to fly in and it's a Pilot Edge subscriber, because if they do, then they will quite literally be seeing the fruits of our labor. It it like I said, there's a there's quite a bit of detail that's been put into this. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they pick up on. But yeah, again, to anybody watching that's a part of the Pilot Edge network, EAA, AirVenture, SimVenture, the premium sponsors, this has turned into a kind of passion project, and it looks good. I hope this plays out well for everybody. I can tell you I'm not running the fastest computer in terms of specs. I have a AMD Ryzen 9 5900X processor overclocked to motherboard maximum levels. I get between 4 to upwards of 4.8 gigahertz on individual cores. I have 64 gigs of RAM and I think an 8 gig 3060 Ti. So I certainly don't have the fastest PC on spec from anybody. And at 1080p with AI suggested detail levels, I can see the field, I can see the tents, I can move around, and I'm not having problems with frame rates. As a matter of fact, let me take a look at my frame rate right now. My FPS is in the 30s to, I think, maybe even 40 FPS. Yes, there is a lot of detail, but there are levels of detail in place. Local lows, I think, are like in the mid to high 20s, but I'm also using Frame Gen because I have an NVIDIA graphics card, which I believe helps as well. So let me think. Let me think. No, I'm moving around. I'm not really getting a whole bunch of stuttering. There are lots of static aircraft parked, but it should not be too much of a hit on FPS. And there's going to be a lighter version of the scenery where there's going to be less static aircraft and less nondescript branding and tents. I'm sorry, less nondescript tents, because the branded tents will still be here, and that should increase your frame rates. But I mean, as far as I can tell, at least, this is looking okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I gotta say, it's definitely been an experience, and I'm grateful to have been a part of it. So again, to the Pilot Edge staff, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this journey and to enjoy this. I've enjoyed this opportunity, and I am grateful for the experience it's taught me. So there we go. This is, Lord willing, coming soon. All right, so let's go back to the main menu and let's actually queue up for a flight. We're actually going to be going on the West Coast, but I'm not going to be doing any ATC tonight, at least. I am potentially going to be doing some ATC during the week, but again, I think for tonight, a chill flight's in order. We are going to check out the San Francisco scenery, which I have recently installed. I'm trying to remember who it was that I got it for or from. I'll answer that question right now. All right. Da, 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 da. I know where to search for it. I forget what it was called. Oh, really? Oh, of course not. Okay. Right. Um, don't they have a site? Hmm. Don't know. But this was recently updated, and I should be able to view it. Hold on. There we go. It's BM World and AM Sim. There we go. This came out a while ago, but it was recently updated as well. So let's take a look. Let's dress the role here. And what do I want to do? Do I want to fly the... I could do the fly-by-wire. I could also do the 737, which I almost feel like that's a little bit more appropriate, but there are some issues that I haven't updated the sim for yet. Ah, what the hey, why not? Let's fly it. Let's pick the American, or should I go... I don't think... No. WestJet's a bit too far out. I don't think I want to fly San Francisco to Vancouver today, but... No, not Air France. We'd need to refuel in midair. I could do Southwest if I was going to fly down to Phoenix. Actually, yeah, that's a pretty good question. Where am I going to fly? Okay, since I don't have the Alaska Airlines or Horizon livery, I think I'm going to go with the Southwest Airlines Harp 1, and we're going to just leave the usuals in place. Southwest 197. And I do wonder where Southwest parks, but you know what? Not going to care today. We're going to go to the Echo Gates. We're going to set up shop and do a quick flight in the sim, plan our flight, do the deal, and just enjoy some time up in the skies. All right, so we're loading into BM World and AmSim's KSFO. I know the Flight Beam version released recently. I don't have the money to purchase it. At least I don't think I have the money to purchase it. And this one I got for free, so I'm going to enjoy the free version that I have, and we'll take it a step at a time. I think tonight, I could probably easily do a Frisco to Vegas op, or maybe Frisco to Portland. No, Boise's too far away. Sacramento's literally up the way. That would just be a ferry flight. Either Frisco to Burbank or Frisco to Vegas. Actually, Frisco to Burbank is pretty appropriate for a plane this size. Yeah. I think I might actually do that, especially if there's a if the Burbank airport is bespoke. Actually, I don't know. Is it? Let's see. Is it? I don't think so. I mean, I think somebody made an updated airport, which is neat, which I probably should have thought of getting, but it's okay. Do I want to do Burbank though? Sure, why not? Okay, so welcome down to the ground at San Francisco International. This is the first time I've actually seen the scenery myself, and we do have some multiplayer traffic in here along with some actual airline traffic or real-time traffic. I think some of the terminals have parallax windows to save on rendered details, and some of these have interiors. I don't know exactly where everything is, so I could take a quick breeze through the airport. I think I will. For one, it does look like the terminal itself is quite nicely filled in with detail. Now, don't mind the textures. I have my texture quality set to, I think, medium. So it's entirely possible, on top of the fact that I'm only in 1080p, that my texture detail is going to be huge. That's I guess the parking lot access. And the tram, which is cool. We've got parking here. And where is the terminal? Is it here? I know one of these has... Oh, this is actually a solid building, so let's see. How about this one? Where are the terminals? Da, da, da. They're somewhere. But the exteriors look good, and they're running very smoothly on my computer. Pixel Penguin, that is correct. We are at San Francisco. T-Mailer, I have a 3060 Ti. It's an 8 gig card. I think I'm using about 5 of the 6.25 gigs of VRAM that are available right now. I'm also using NVIDIA GeForce Experience recommended settings for the sim. So some things are medium, some things are high after I tweak them personally, some things are low. And honestly, if it gives me a smoother experience, usually most of the time it's going to make me enjoy it more, and I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, here we go. Here's the terminal. Not bad. Yeah, I like this. I tell you what, I think what I did was I kept trying to tweak the settings on my own, and it got to a point where I felt like it was pretty good. And then what happened was I said, okay, I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to let the AI tell me what settings I should be using. So I did, and other than me using a certain resolution, and technically I could be running this actually at 2K right now and still get fairly decent frames, or hopefully decent frames. Like, it's cool. My desire these days is to have a much smoother experience than it is for me to have everything that I need, especially since what, a good 2/3 of the time my my experience is going to be like, I'm going to want my frame rate to be as stutter free as possible. So I'm happy with what I have. There's like a teensy bit of like jitter from the frame gen, which I actually used the mod to get to work, because frame gen is something on the 40 series models, but the 30 series had a I guess an update released for it by somebody that lets you actually use frame gen here, and the experience is wonderful. So let's go ahead and get a flight going, and let me see what I can do first. I'm probably going to do this the old-fashioned way. Battery on. Let's go downstairs to the ground services. We'll get the ground power requested, and then we can go upstairs and turn ground power on. Get the battery on the bus. Actually, no. Is it standby power? I think it's standby power when you're plugged in. Either way, I think we're going to be okay. Hooray for optimizing! You got it. Let's go ahead and get the IRSs aligned and then set to nav. Once these actually, I think, start flashing, I can put them over to nav mode. I don't know if I have fast or instant alignment, or if I have real time. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. These take a little bit. Stall horns aren't up and running yet. Flap devices are okay. Now we're flashing. There we go. So I believe I have 8 minutes until the IRS is aligned, which I believe is actually real time. I think fast is like 2 or 3 minutes, and instant is instant. So now that I've got the IRS aligning, let's go back downstairs and start getting the IRS position entered. So I think my nav date is good. Maybe I'm like a day or two behind, but I'm not going to worry about that. Again, I'm not on a network tonight. We're just flying for fun. And let's go ahead and get started. What can I do? The wheel chocks are set, which is good. Let's go to the next page. I think I can do PAX entry jetway. The stairs should be departing, and then I should be able to request the jetway connect to us shortly. And anything else I need to do? Oh, of course. Let's get the forward loader and carts, aft loader and carts. And I think I can start once they arrive. I don't think I can start before they get here. So let's get an air start unit. Actually, no, air conditioning unit. Here comes my power, I believe. Catering is always nice with beverages on board. Good point, Pixel Penguin. I might get some a refill on my beverage a little bit later. So the jetway, I don't know if it's going to connect tonight, or maybe just get back to it in a few seconds. But let me go ahead and go back to the payload and fuel. It would be great if I actually created a flight plan as well. Just saying. Let me log in. I should have something shortly for everybody. Okay, so let's get a flight plan going. So we're going to be Southwest tonight, and I think we're going to be doing a flight from SFO to Burbank, an airport that I do not fly to regularly, which is a pretty fun airport to get to. Flight plans make ATC smile. I would agree. I mean, you could theoretically fly a Boeing 737-600 in VFR mode, provided the weather was good enough. What is the registration for this bird? It is November 600 Whiskey November. November 600 Whiskey November. And fin number 600. Units in pounds. And we're going to be doing a flight to Burbank. Block time is about an hour and a half. So flight time is probably going to be about, block time is about an hour and a half. Flight time is probably going to be about an hour, 50 minutes, I'd say, which is great. Great for tonight. And we're departing on the ones, on 01 left, and arriving on 08 at Burbank. So what does that mean? It's going to be an interesting arrival. That's what it means. Okay. Yes. Yes, it is. It is definitely short runway challenge fun. So here we go. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an interesting flight tonight. So let's generate the flight. I don't need to save the flight plan. And this is what we'll do. We will take a look at the briefing, and I'll get my numbers from there. Today we're going to be taking 135 passengers. But for some reason, this plane only takes 112. So we'll play with the numbers. We'll see what we need to do. We are maxed out for passenger load. Cargo is going to be 7,400 pounds. So I would say probably 2,500 up front and about 40. No, wait, that's 7,400 pounds. So 2,700 up front and 4,700 in the back. Okay, and zero fuel weight should be 113.5, which I guess we'll get later. Gross weight or takeoff weight is going to be... Oh, there we go. I was looking at that. Yeah, zero fuel weight is right now 110.8, which is about 3,000 under the zero fuel weight that's maxed. And takeoff weight is going to be different? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to set my fuel. I'm taking a max 12,400 pounds of fuel. Not a lot of fuel. This will definitely have an influence. So, takeoff weight is going to be just below the estimated weight for the flight. And zero fuel weight, let's go back to the payload. Zero fuel weight is, interesting. It's still down. Of course it is. I'm not taking as many passengers as the briefing said I would. That's fine. So let's see if we can make things interesting. Let's add some more cargo to the plane. And let's see, 3,400 plus 5,400. Let's see what that does. No, 3,400 up front. Okay, how about 3,700? How about 4,400 and 5,400? Okay, okay. Now we've got a zero fuel weight that lines up more with what the flight plan said it would. So that's fine. Now, can I actually get the jetways to connect now? We'll see. Where's the jetway? Oh, those are stairs. That's right. I don't want stairs. I want the jetway to connect. Here we are. Why wasn't I paying attention? Here comes the jetway. Lovely. And there's the jetway, which means I should be able to open up the door. Left entry door is now open, and we will get the other services to get to work. So we're going to open up the... Oh, wait a minute. Were they open already? Yes, they were. Okay, good. That's fine. Hey, Tabletop Android, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome on in. Welcome, Raiders. I am in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to be doing a flight from San Francisco to Burbank in the PMDG 737-600. We are prepping for our departure today. So, while I'm on the ground and I'm still getting everything loaded, let's go ahead and do a quick bit of service. And that should be good. All right. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. We are prepping for our flight, and now I think we should be okay. Nav data is out of date, but at the same time, I'm not on any ATC network, so I'm not going to worry about the nav data. It shouldn't be a problem. So let's go ahead and pick the last position and set it for our IRS. And now we're going to set San Francisco as our reference airport. And I believe we're at gate 7, but I could be wrong. 7's fine. Okay, so here's the route. We're going to be going from San Francisco to Burbank. Flight number is going to be Southwest 197. And departure runway is going to be 01 left. So we've got the runway set. Let's go ahead and set up our departure. And let's see, what is the departure that we had today? We're going to be taking the stick 5 departure, or stick 4 departure. Oh, here's the stick 5. There we go. Stick 5 to the Katina transition. Activate that. And let's do the arrival into Burbank. The arrival is going to be the, looks like Rocker 2. Rocker 2 for 08. Transition is going to be red hot. And we'll be taking, we could theoretically take the ILS, and I'll take the ILS Zulu. And let's go ahead and take a look at flight plans. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my Navigraph charts page, which I should be able to log into shortly, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. Do I have any other screens open? Nope. Let me share my browser with you guys so you guys can see what's up. Okay, here we go. Navigraph charts. Bam. All right, here we go. I'm in Navigraph charts right now. I'm going to pick the approaches. I'm probably going to take Zulu straight from, I guess, Van Nuys. Yeah, I guess so. No, you know what? We're going to take it from Tokes. It'll be straight in. I do not have Orbex Burbank, so it should be nice and default. Unless, of course, there's a slight bespoke version. I could have downloaded a freeware add-on, but I also didn't know up until stream time what I was going to fly. So this could be interesting. We'll take Zulu and we will choose. Wait, straight from Mikey. Okay, we'll go from Mikey then. There we go. There we go. Okie dokie. Simple enough. We'll go for Mikey. And then we execute. And now I check my legs page to see what happens with the flight plan. All right. So flight plan after Katina, we go to Cisco and Red Hot. Cisco is the only waypoint that's not entered yet, so we will go ahead and put that in now. Right about here. Cisco, and since I'm not in a network and I just don't care today, I'm going to go ahead and remove my discontinuities. Now, just because you usually see discontinuities on a flight plan doesn't necessarily mean they're a horrible thing. A discontinuity in a flight plan can be a good break in the action for you to kind of double check and make sure your flight plan actually is going to work. And let me see, I can probably switch myself over to plan mode so you guys can see as we step through the flight plan. So when we take off, we're going to be going to stick, then port, then Katina, Cisco, Red Hot, and then we follow the arrival down to Rocker, then Zep, Ivans, Mikey, and then from Mikey we go into the ILS approach, Silex, Buddy, and then there's the runway, and if we go missed, climbing right turn to 1300, intercept course to the Victor Tango uniform VOR, and then we make our next steps at that point. So there we go. Okay, now I have Barrow minimums. I need to figure out what my minimums are going to be for the arrival into Burbank. So I need to take a look at my flight, I'm sorry, not flight plan, the ILS plate. Decision height is going to be 1,075 feet. Small world, right, tabletop? Okay, so let's see, about 1,007. We need to get to 1,075. And then that'll be my barometric minimums set for the arrival into Burbank today. And that's it, we're set. The barometer is already calibrated for me when I press the B button because lazy. And I'll set the, let's see, weather. TCAS is off right now. And that's my flight plan, but I'm not done just yet. I want to get my init ref set. And I believe the gross weight we had for takeoff was 123.2, but let's go ahead and check our payload. Takeoff weight was, I'm sorry, actually 125.6. So let's go and set that. All right. Plan for today. Fuel is going to be what? The fuel is going to be 10,600 pounds with 12.4 on board. So that means we have 1,800 pounds of additional contingency, or excuse me, we have 1,800 pounds in reserve on top of the contingency that we already have. So cost index for today is going to be 8. We'll be sipping fuel, and max cruise for today. What do we have as cruise altitude? That doesn't sound right. It does actually. 3 feet. Fill her up. It's usually what I do, Pixeled. There we go. 390, transition altitude. Unable 280 knots at purple. Really? Really? Unable 280 knots? I wonder why. Probably because we'll be descending so fast. I need to make sure I note that when I start descent. And I'll promptly forget. I'm sure. Excellent. All right, so we're okay right now. How big is, or how long is the runway at SFO for one left? One left is, where's my plane? One left is 7,650 feet, which probably means I'm going to want, I could do full takeoff today and just forget about it. So I will. Flaps, we're going to do flap 5. And takeoff's going to be 118, rotates 119, V2's 129. That's a pretty low rate. Trim is going to be 5.17. Where's my trim? Oh, it's down here. Close enough. All right. So we've got trim set, we've got our performance numbers set, and that's really about it. So let's go ahead and arm the other screen with the flight plan. And that's pretty much it. We'll be able to get this bird set. We'll get our V2 numbers set for the IIS. And what do I want to do? I want to set my initial course to the runway heading in case we have to come back. So 014. And then we should be good. And I'll set the first officer course for the approach into Burbank, which is going to be 079er. And that should do it. Now, initial climb on the stick 5 is going to be 190. And that should do it. Okay, so 190 is the initial climb, the heading, the speed set. Let's go ahead and flip these. Get the flight directors on. And LNAV might be an issue. I'm not going to worry about it right now. IRSs should be fully aligned at this point, and they are. And what else can I do? Well, let's go back upstairs and start getting prepped. All right, let's go ahead and start shutting things off. I'm assuming they've loaded us out. Let's go back downstairs. So, gotta go to menu. There we go. Okay, now, question. We are connected, correct? Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and start closing up shop. $54,500. All right, show me doors. Because I guess I closed one accidentally. All right, let's go. Let's do payload. Ground services. And here we are. I wonder why it's not actually letting me... Is that something that I need to do? I guess so. That's a little weird. I still have to find my way around the plane, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to assume that the cargo is loaded. Let's go ahead and go back to ground services and start getting ourselves prepped for departure. We will release the jetway and we will make sure our door is closed. We'll close the door and let's go upstairs and start prepping for departure. All right, so we'll get window heats on. Get our yaw damper turned on. I'll get one fuel pump going for the APU. Logo light on. This is a DIGI flight after all. Position light to standby. Beacon light to on. And let's get the APU fired up. APU's coming up. Get the panel lighting up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard tonight's late night flight with service to Burbank. We're going to be departing shortly, just as soon as we get our numbers crunched up front and we get ourselves sorted for departure. In the meantime, sit back, relax. We will be departing San Francisco shortly. So we'll set our cruise level to 390. And landing altitude at Burbank is what? It's going to be 778 feet, so just a little bit shy of 800, which is what we'll set. 800 is what we have set, and now we can use the gens. I'm sorry, not gens. The APU. APU gen batteries on the bus. We can remove ground power. And what am I missing? We'll get the hydraulic pumps on. Let me go through my flows here. Yeah. Emergency light battery on the bus, APU gen. And window heat's on. We are going to close that, turn the APU bleed on, and keep the packs on for now. We'll turn them off shortly. That should be everything. Let me double check my departure out of San Fran. We're going to be pushing back. We could theoretically push back onto Alpha if we wanted to, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and push back tail facing east, and then we'll get ourselves turned around, exit 7 Bravo, go down to Alpha, follow Alpha all the way out to Mike 1, make a left, and then exit on 1 left and follow the Stick 5 arrival out of town. So let's go ahead and minimize this for now and start getting prepped for our departure. All right, superb. And again, don't mind my supreme jitteriness here. I'm so sorry about that. But I think we should be okay. Is it a problem with my card? I wonder. I usually update the studio driver on my computer, so I don't think I should have a problem with that. We'll see whether or not frame rates become an issue. But we should be fine. I am going to use the PMDG pushback because if I use a toolbar pushback, it's going to like repeat itself like 3 or 4 times. The APU is set, and yeah, it looks like we are going to have issues with what is this, frame gen. So I don't know. I'm potentially debating turning frame gen off of the flight, and to be honest, I'm kind of curious about doing that, so I'm going to try it and see how it turns out. So VSync, not worried about it. I might, to be honest with you, I might go back to DX11. Pierluck, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Very nice to have you here with us. I hope you're enjoying your preparations for going to Expo this year in Vegas. My friend, very happy to have you here. Welcome aboard. So we're about to leave San Francisco, and we are at the BM World and AmSim scenery, which we took a tour of today. I have my frame gen turned off. Let me turn my frame gen back on, see if it's really messed up. But I have been enjoying some scenery development, and I have been taking my time today. Okay, it looks like that cycling of frame gen actually helped me. That's good. Okay, I know what I want to do now. This is great. I'm happy this happened because I want to set my camera view. Hello, hello. So we're going to go to fixed camera view, and we're going to pick some interior views. This is good. I kind of like this. There we go. Now I can cycle between the window cam and that view. So we should be ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and push us back till facing east. And doors are closed. And we should be ready to go. Let's go ahead and release ground power. Release the air conditioning unit. We've already released the jetway, and we have removed our loaders. Yep, we should be ready to go. Let's go ahead and request pushback. And straight out, no. Standard L. Turn nose right. Yes, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. Yes, definitely. I haven't flown the 737 in a bit, so I'm gonna enjoy myself. So let me go ahead and set my chocks because I haven't yet. And let's see, I got to give myself pressure. There we go, pressure's built. Chocks can now be removed. And when you remove the chocks, it usually takes off the GPU, which we already had turned off, so that's fine. There's the panel brightness. And let's go ahead and take a look at the other side as well, over here. And now we'll go downstairs, and we will get our transponder code set. You guys know how I roll, 2257. We'll go TARA right now, and the ILS approach for runway 8 at Burbank is going to be 109.5. And we'll have this locked into place. And the course heading is set for the first officer side. We'll get that set to 079er once we clear San Francisco, and we are on our way to Burbank. But yeah, I think we're good at this point. Let's go ahead and get our panel brightness all the way up. And we should be good. Flight Hound, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, my friend. Hopefully you had a good stream tonight. Welcome. We are in MSFS and we're flying the 737-600 by PMDG out of San Francisco in order over to sunny default Burbank. So we'll see how the flight turns out, but we should be good to go at this point. Welcome aboard, my friend. Let's go ahead and get the tug going. TPX 200, let's go ahead and start.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready for pushback, tail to the left. Release brake, please.
All right, let's release parking brakes.
Brakes released. Brakes released. Here we go.
All right, clock is running. Let's go ahead and get this airplane started. It's about 15%. I'm going to start getting the engine set up. Here we go. Excellent, Flight Hound. We'll be here for you. Okay, we do have the engines building. Let's go ahead. Let's start up engine number 1 while we're at it. Give me 15%. We should be out of here. Engine number 1 is up and building.
Pushback complete. Parking brake set. Brake set. Alright, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip release from guidance on your left. Have a good flight.
Almost ready for the gens. Almost ready for the gens. And let's just make sure all the fuel pumps are available. We've been sipping fuel from one tank. Okay. Looking good, actually. I'm happy with that. All right, so now that we're set, let's go ahead and set our flaps for departure. I believe we're going to be doing flaps 5. There we go, flaps set to 5. Reset fuel flow. Let's go upstairs. Probe heats are on. No center fuel, I take it? No, no center fuel. We can go engine gens now. Gen 1, TR1 is set. Taxi light on. Window heats, probes. No anti-ice required, at least not right now. Packs can come back on. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleed. We won't need any more. Let's go ahead and turn off the APU, actually. We'll leave that position open. And logo is on. Anti-collision light is on. Wing light will set to on. We're ready for departure. That should be good. And I can show my system view to show my flight controls. Just grab the flight controls right now. We'll do a quick check. Full left, full right, full forward, and full back. We'll do full left rudder deflection and full right. Looking good, chat. Looking good. Let's go ahead and get out of here. All right. Yeah, right on time. Usually about 3-4 minutes is a good usual check for me. And now we can get out of here. So welcome aboard today's flight. We are Southwest 197 with service to Burbank. Updated takeoff speeds. That's it. Beautiful. Okay. Extra engine view. And again, we are going to be departing on Alpha to Mike 1. So let's go ahead. Parking brake, release. Now. All right, here we go. Welcome, chat. Please let me know if my microphone volume, sim volume, whatever volume is too high, too low. I'll try to adjust it to make sure you are all enjoying the experience. And I apologize in advance for inconsistencies with my model matching. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, here we go. We're going to be going to Burbank today, and it looks like we might be following some folks out, including a Southwest in gold colors. Do I have LNAV available? I do not, but that's okay. We'll do what we can. All right, let's take a look at the map. Go back to SFO. So we got a nice, slow right turn as we continue down Alpha 1. Yeah. There was a time when I could just kind of set and forget my model matching and know that I've pretty much matched as many models as possible. But for some reason now, even when there are airplanes that I know I have access to in the sim, the same ones that I fly, they don't match up. And it could be because of a I don't know, like livery difference or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Nice peppy 20-knot taxi. And we do have traffic on the ground. Wow. That's dope. Let's see. We're continuing down Alpha. And I'm going to be looking for, I think, Mike 1. Busy. Very busy. Oh my gosh. Chat, have you ever been in a situation where, like, you're chilling and all of a sudden your brain plays tricks on you? I distinctly feel like my brain is, like, telling me, oh man, somebody just grilled something or cooked something on the stove. Now I want to eat something at, like, 11 o'clock my time. I don't know. My brain is playing tricks on me, chat. Okay, here comes Mike. So Mike 1 is my next turn. Grilled cheese. Oof. Wow. Well, okay. In my defense, like I have been known to pull longer hours than normal. I guess I'll say that. So yeah. Yeah, there's that. Okay. We are just about ready to go. Let's get the landing lights set, taxi lights off, get engines to continuous, and let's go ahead and just set up here for a little bit and chill. Strobe lights set, wing lights armed. Final checks. Looking okay at this point, I believe. Flight attendants, please be seated for departure. Thank you. I think we're good. We've got our cruise altitude and landing altitude set. We are using PAX right now. Isolation valves auto. Bleeds are good. Yeah, we should be good to go. Take a quick peek around the cabin. I don't see anybody coming in to one left. Nobody on the departing runway. Looks like real traffic's using the 2.8s. So, is what it is. I'm an elite late coffee drinker. You got that right. At least I used to be. Every once in a while I do pull a third cup night. Tonight, I don't think it's going to be one of those nights. I think I'm way past the window. I do think the coffee shop is closed this evening. Also, I did do some yard work today. It was a hot one around like 11 to 12:30, but it fortunately wasn't that hot. But it's like the kind of surprising heat that takes it out of you. The sun's a big old meanie. Yeah. Okay, so I think we got somebody coming in. Big old plane, and we have plenty of aircraft coming in. That's pretty cool. As you can tell, I'm mixing up my multiplayer traffic and real-time traffic. And it does look like most people are following the 2.8s. So, okay. Oh wow, I thought that multiplayer user was actually going to do a go around. That would have been cool to see. All right, so I think we're cleared to go now. Let's go before anybody changes their mind. All right, I do not believe I have embarking brake set. I do not. Let's go. Engine stable. Let's go toga. Five, hi! Airspeed's alive.
8 knots.
Scene.
Rotate.
Rotate, here we go.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. All right. 500. Command A. VNAV armed. Gears to the off position. Wow, this plane likes to climb. Yeah. Text light's off, so I'm not going to worry. Okay, now we're getting some airspeed. Flaps 2, flaps 1, and flaps up. Chrono's about a minute late. That's okay. Don't care. We'll be getting out of Frisco shortly. Do I want to get the 777? Uh, yes, and not now. Eventually, but not right this instant. It's not going to be a day one purchase for me. I'm curious to see what the reception and what the release day issues are, if there are any. And eventually, I think I will get it. But of course, I'm going to get it when I have the money to get it because I won't have the money for it the instant it drops. But again, that's okay. I think you're right. I think it's going to be expensive. I think it's going to be probably somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 70 to 80 bucks. That's my assumption, just for the standard version. So I would probably say maybe 70 to $75 for the standard. And maybe like an expansion pack's going to be like 20 or 30 bucks. I'm hoping it's no more than 70 to 75 bucks. I think, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like if they start pushing, if they push past the $80 barrier for the MSFS crowd, there's going to be a little bit of pushback. I think there's going to be a little bit of pushback, but maybe there won't be. Like I've fully enjoyed the 736 that I purchased from them, and if I have to pay 70 bucks, 75 bucks for the 777 for the base version, I might do that. I might. I think. So we'll see. Interesting. I wonder why I'm not climbing right now. Let's take a look at the flight plan. Oh, that's because I can't go beyond 10,000 feet until I clear port. Computer smarter than me. Yep, definite constraints. Yep, look at that. We're almost there. It doesn't want to go too much faster. I think 280 is like my climb speed. Safety. Safety is definitely an option. So as we cross port and say bye-bye to the hilly greater San Francisco hills, we will begin our climb. And I think I'm going to graduate us to 390 right now. There we go. Done deal. 10,000 feet means landing lights come off. And that should do it. There we go. Ooh, got some real-time traffic coming into Frisco right now, mixed with multiplayer traffic, which makes for a pretty busy scene, and that's okay. So, welcome aboard, everybody. Happy to have you here while we do a quick flight down to Burbank and wrap up the night. If you were here earlier, you got to see us talk about the project that I had had under wraps for literally about 2 months plus. I am one of the scenery developers for the Pilot Edge Sim Venture scenery in Oshkosh. It's Kilo Oscar Sierra Hotel. And it is a scenery project for the upcoming virtual fly-in that Pilot Edge does once a year. It's Pilot Edge's version of the Air Venture actual Oshkosh fly-in that happens during the summer. So they're doing their thing called Sim Venture, and I got to do some scenery development for them, put in some extra objects. I worked on a few things. I added some buildings, made a few Easter eggs, and had a great like just I mean like it's challenging, but it's also cool. Okay, we are about to cross 180 now, which is cool. Let's go ahead and hit the standard button. Done. I tell you what, man, it just feel like I told it to them. I said, you guys took my skills to the next level. I grew my skill set working with other people and seeing what they did. So I'm grateful for the opportunity, and it's going to teach me probably a few more things over the next few months. But yeah, it was a great opportunity, great experience. I'm happy I took part in it. Yeah, what else can I tell you? It was an adventure. It continues to be because we do have to finish, of course, but there's not too many other things left to be done. I have to work on some additional object placements, I think, and I have to decorate one other airport. And then once that's done, I'm probably going to hand the files over to them for final testing and checking. And then that's it. That'll be my first major collaboration with a company done. It's kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. It's it's kind of unbelievable, to be honest with you. It's been a privilege to work with them. And I mean, I'm not going to be flying SimVenture, at least not this year, but I will definitely be looking to see if I can find out who's a Pilot Edge subscriber and who flies into SimVenture, just so I can see the reactions to the scenery. I mean, to put it one way, it's cuckoo bananas. Exactly, Pixeled. You couldn't have said it better. The entire experience is cuckoo bananas. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I don't know how to put it any other way. Yes, anybody who's a Pilot Edge subscriber will get access to the scenery. I think it's only available for Pilot Edge subscribers, so you have to be on the network to get it. Um, but definitely, there's a lot of people that have put in a lot of time, and there are more than a few interesting pieces that I've seen. So it was definitely quite the adventure. I also want to take some time to say thank you to everyone in the community that's made it a point to offer their support and condolences for uh, Mrs. Digi and my recent loss. We thank you. We're grateful to you for your support and your encouragement. It's this weird daily thing. It's been a while since I've dealt with that, and it's just not easy. It's never going to be. So grateful for the legacy that person left us, and it's my intent to do the best I can to honor that legacy by doing this, by being even more engaged in the community, pushing myself forward even more, because like tonight's not guaranteed for me. Tomorrow's not guaranteed for me. Next week's not guaranteed for me. And I found myself making a lot of excuses for stuff over the past 3, 4, 5 months. Honestly, I feel like I got to a point where I looked at myself doing things and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Are you okay, Didge? Like, you're kind of pile driving through the week. You're doing absolutely everything you can, but like, how's your brain? I got to a place where one day I just cooked my brain. I just I couldn't. I couldn't blank. I had to hit the reset button. I had to rest. And then that happened. It really made me stop. I'm happy for you too, friend. I feel like I picked something up in all this. Like, there's stuff that I can push myself to, and stuff that I can honestly ask myself, hey, do I need to be doing this? He worked on the Challenger, CRJ, and BSC. Yeah, Pierre, look, I would agree 100%. 1000%. There was just some stuff that I looked around and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I doing this? Do I really want this, or am I just, I don't know, going through the motions? BCS, thank you. What am I gonna tell you? Like, oh, the Airbus 220, basically. Okay, great, great. And yes, definitely one of the add-on aircraft that I'm really eagerly waiting for to get my hands on very soon. I mean, I was grinding on scenery dev, but there's a difference. Like, there's a difference between grinding on a project that you are so invested in, and it drives you, and doing other things that you have to do because then they accomplish a very specific task or a very specific purpose, but you're not in them. Yeah, his son is flying the CRJ. Nice. Oh, let me think. Pure luck. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Maple Aviation. Maple Aviation was another, I think, a Canadian flight sim streamer who is largely invested now in a real life aviation career. But he shared a picture of him flying an X-Plane 12, was flying, I think the Q400. I forget out of where, but the picture that he showed me looked so incredibly realistic. It was almost unbelievable how how crazy good it looked. So we got about maybe 60 nautical miles before we start descending. Once we get up to the top of climb, so that's cool. Q400, yeah, 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 definitely Q400. It wasn't a jet. It was a turboprop, turbine prop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Q. The Q. It was cool. Yeah, yeah, pretty sure. The graphics look way too good for 11. And yeah, I think chat and most of the people in Discord know this, but excuse me, I've uninstalled 11. I torched my old ortho. I went fully with auto ortho and I installed it. You can download and install it instead of like streaming it as you go, and it looks beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I might actually make the jump to flying the Q400 in 12 if I make the commitment to fly it. Because I mean, I've I never have, and it sounds like a interesting thing. Now, the problem with Auto Ortho that I had to overcome was in order to get Auto Ortho to compile the scenery for me and to have it on my computer, I had to download, I think, two helper software apps. Like one had to compile the other, and then I had to run it. And then after a little bit of finagling with the scenery.ini file, it did actually work. Just a bit. But yeah, yeah, it was definitely enjoyable. But yeah, chat, in case you don't know, I am flying Southwest tonight. We're Southwest 197 in the modern day livery, not the gold livery. I'll jump outside to show you. Earphone warning, it's going to get loud. Here we go. Very nice. The installation process isn't simple, but it is not impossible. You just have to commit to it. Wait, are you serious? Is it already almost time for top of descent? Yes, it is. Oh my word. That's crazy. Okay, so quick check of the flight plan. This is a much faster flight than I envisioned. Okay, check the arrival real fast. Real fast. We need to be at what point for the approach? The approach is going to be 3,000 feet. So, first thing I need to do is get 3,000 set in the MCP. Okay, so tonight's flight's super quick. Wow. All right, now let's do our prep for approach ref. We could do flaps 30, which is probably what I'll go with because the difference in speed is not significant. And that's it. Glide slope on. ILS is set. We have our approach ref set. Let's go ahead and switch over to core setting. Right now we're 128. Let's go ahead and square that up. and let's go ahead and set our radios. All right. Wonderful chat. We'll be descending shortly into Burbank, and that will be our flight for this evening. But yeah, I'm starting to be more and more an X-plane flyer than I used to be, especially now that they've done some of the recent updates. I didn't know this, but the person that was responsible for the volumetric cloud add-on in X-plane 11, not X Enviro, but the guy that just made the clouds use volumetric, design, was actually, I guess, picked up by Laminar Research. So I'm happy. Thank you for the safe flying thus far. Thank you, Pixel Penguin. I'll make sure to keep scanning my instruments and my warning panel. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We will be getting our descent into Burbank very shortly. We hope you've enjoyed your service to Burbank today. If there are any articles that you have obtained during the course of this flight that you need to dispose of, they'll be happy to take them off your hands. We should have you on the ground probably in about 25, 30 minutes tops. Thank you for flying Southwest. Ooh. The headphones I'm wearing, they kind of emphasize a little bit of the low end, that boominess when the engines spool down. Sounds so good. And I don't care that the visuals look a little grainy. I'll take some smoother frame rates. Thank you very much. 9 empty cups here. Oh yeah. If you gotta go, go now. There'll be a big queue. Let's see. We have some traffic, not that much. It looks like Armin Addict is going to be coming in probably to, I'm assuming LA, because you're not going to take an A330 into Burbank, at least not as far as I know. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So I think we're okay. We might be going a little too fast at purple, I believe, but we'll do what we can. All right, where are we? Not that bad. There's traffic around us, but nothing closer than, I'd say, that person. And they're about 4,000 feet above us, so that's fine. Unless, of course, they're closer than I thought. Oh no, wait. That's Air Mexico. Can I see them? Hmm, I don't know. That's okay. Dendarian, hello, my friend. It's been a while. Welcome back. Hope you're doing very well, friends. We are in Microsoft Flight Simulator and we are descending to arrive at Burbank. We left San Francisco literally about 25 minutes ago, maybe a half an hour ago at worst, and we're flying the PMDG 737-600, an evening flight tonight, something I rarely do during the week. And earlier in the stream, I showed off a project, a collaboration between myself and several other developers. I got to help with Pilot Edge's Sim Venture virtual Oshkosh event, and I'm one of the scenery developers for the project. The scenery will be released, I think, very soon for pilots that are going to be taking part in the Sim Venture event that are Pilot Edge subscribers. Yep, 736 is a small boy, one of my faves. Yeah. I have some things to finish for the project. Hopefully, they should be done very soon, and then we will be able to hand it off to them for the final look-sees. And Iowa Scotsman coming through with a tier 1 thank you. 35 months. That's incredible. My friend, thank you for the support. Welcome back to the Digi crew. Feel free to flash those emotes in chat. We are on the way down. So roughly what? 120 some odd nautical miles before we get to our destination, which is probably about 30 minutes. Almost 3 years. Your support and your friendship are appreciated, my friend. Thank you. We're coming into Burbank, and we have been enjoying some company, sharing some progress, sharing some milestones over the past few months. After this, we're probably going to head out, maybe raid out for tonight. Otherwise, we'll head out for the evening. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any streaming the rest of the week. I think I might do one more stream tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. I don't plan on streaming on the weekend, so I might get my streams in this week, and then we'll see what happens when I go back to work next week. We'll see. So we will see what happens. In the meantime, looks like we've got some fogginess out on the coast. And we are on our way down at about maybe 1600 feet per minute. That's not bad. That's not bad. And we'll just, yeah, so not that long till we're down, chat. I haven't done a flight on VATSIM in about a month or so, but I'm also interested in potentially doing some Pilot Edge again. I'm thinking about doing some flights on stream in the near future, depending on how comfortable I feel, because I think I want to make sure I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's, because on the Pilot Edge network, you need to bring your A game, and I want to do just that. It's been a while since I've actually been on Pilot Edge, to be honest with you, and I think I welcome the opportunity, because a challenge like that will, if you let it, make you into a better pilot. So that's what I hope to accomplish. And eventually I do want to get a pilot's license in real life. I don't want to become an airline pilot, don't want to become a cargo pilot. I just want to get a private pilot's license. Of course, the concept of doing that involves having lots of money, lots of time, and lots of commitment. And there are more than a few other things that need to line up in front of that in order for me to actually be successful at it. Thank you, Eric Flight. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not in the same boat you are, Iowa Scotsman, but I can respect that statement. There's more than a few things that I pay for on a monthly basis that I don't touch as much as I used to, And it's not that I don't want to use them, it's just that I let myself get into these patterns of thinking or patterns of doing where it's like, oh, yeah, well, I guess I gotta go to bed now. Good night. And then you wake up the next day and you do everything all over again. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I mean when I say the past few weeks have changed me. I can't be the same person that I've been the past several months anymore. Too many people who I care about in my life need more support and encouragement and attention. And I'm not saying I have to be the one that takes care of everybody. No, that's a great way to burn out. I'm just saying I'm tired of making excuses. I am X years old. I'm younger than old, but I'm older than young. Somebody once told me if there's a will, there's a way. So I'd say it's possible, but it's going to take commitment and it's going to take decisions. And some of those decisions are going to involve me cutting things out of my normal routine that either feel good, sound nice, or are a regular part of my chilling. So when you get to the point where you understand you have to choose how you're going to spend your days, it changes from this kind of like, ugh, I have to be an adult to, okay, if I want to get to here, I have to go through this, this, and this. You wish you were young or old. I can respect that. I can respect that. We can talk, we want to talk about like, mindset shift and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, I know the past week has taught me no, you have to choose, or someone else is going to choose for you. I can't be like that anymore. I have no room for it. And I know what happens when I try to do everything all the time in every way I can, because the old me used to think if I can just keep enough plates spinning, then I'm doing my job. Allison Johnson, hello, welcome aboard. I am privileged to have you. Good morning to you, my friends. If you do not spend time hanging out with Allison Johnson, I invite you to go follow her channel right now. Longtime friend, privileged to have her here, and I have spent many a Saturday morning cooking breakfast listening to her as she has been on her around the world adventures. It's a privilege having you here, my friend. Welcome. We are on descent coming into Burbank, and I need to take a look at my local pressure. Bloop. 297.8 because I hit the B button. And it looks like we can't be 270 knots at YouTube. Not that we want to be. We're under 250 at this point, or right around 250, so I don't care. 4:36 a.m. Of course, you're going to be flying to Vegas. Oh, man. One more person that I'm going to miss seeing this year. But Yahweh permitting, next year I intend to be there. And not just as a visitor, but hopefully as a vendor. Allison, did you know that I made scenery? I got a chance to work with Pilot Edge this summer for their Sim Venture virtual fly-in event at Oshkosh. We're going to be wrapping up a Pilot Edge subscriber exclusive scenery, which is going to be available for Pilot Edge members so they can actually fly into the event. Don't mind me, Allison. But yeah, just wanted to share it with the group. It's been just an epic experience. I'm still kind of like looking at myself and going, how did I actually wind up collaborating with that team? It's great. If it goes to Providence, Rhode, I'm there. Yes, yes. I think I want to get there next year. And I want to go there to say hi to so many people that I've known over the years and that I wished I could have spent time with. I wish I could have gone to have seen Continuum, to have seen, a bunch of the folks that are attending. But at the same time, life happens and you have to make room for the priorities and the important things that happen. And those there are things you need to do, you need to take care of. So I'm okay with that. We got to Vegas at 1940 local, so 22 hours of traveling. That's nuts. You're on the content creation panel. Nice. Um, I want to check. I want to check and see if I can actually make figure out how to get a virtual ticket. I know that I can't attend. I can't listen to the captain's panels on Friday, but I might be able to watch the videos over the weekend. I don't think I'll be able to catch them all because I am going to be doing something with family. But yeah, by the same token, I hope you have a great time. I uh, I understand there's going to be a lot of traffic flying into Vegas over the next, several days. Should be on the virtual tickets. I'll go check them out tonight. I'll go check them out tonight. It's like 11:39 p.m. over here. Yeah, yeah. I think I want to get involved this year more if I can. So I'll find out. I will find out. Okay, meanwhile, we are fast approaching 10,000 feet, even though we're at 1, 2, 12,000. I'm going to turn my landing lights on now because I forget. And I'm going to turn on my engine start control switches to continuous. And now we are turning to Zep, Ivans, and Mikey. And just like that, we're going to be coming into... Ooh, looks like there was a rocket launch. Where at? Oh, SpaceX, California. It looks like SpaceX launched a rocket. I don't think I'll be able to see it here, though. They don't track that kind of stuff in the sim. It would be cool if they did, though. Nice and easy flight out of Romeo Foxtrot Delta on a 319. Okay, okay, so you have your access already, Iowa. Cool. Sounds pretty neat. Wow, look at these mountains. This is incredible. I don't pay enough attention to the topographic relief. Last year when we flew to Alaska, we hooked a right into Seattle and we flew right past Mount Rainier. It was unbelievably beautiful. No. I mean, this might be the latest version of Bing, but I actually don't think so. I mean, this is Bing Maps, but it's either the latest version of Bing Maps or just regular Bing Maps, but it is good. I don't have the MSFS satellite image add-on running, but it does look pretty. Am I in real time right now? No, because it'll be dark. Actually, would it be? I'd be coming in at night. That's for sure. That's okay. Looks beautiful. All right, chat, here we go. It's about to get interesting. We are almost done for the night. And I got to say, it's been a privilege catching up with all of you. It is wonderful to have folks in chat to talk to. Don't ever feel bad about subscribing. Allison coming in with a tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much, friend. Thanks for the sub and welcome to the Digi Crew. We have a bunch of emotes for you to use at your leisure. Thank you so much. Yeah, I gotta say, it would have been an absolute blast to have caught up with so many of you folks. I'm sorry, what? Allison gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Oh man. To Duluth Fly, Eric Flight, Commander John Pookie 84, Pure Luck, and MSEP. Thank you so much. It is a privilege. Thank you very much. Thank you. FS Expo giftage. Thank you. Ah, man. If I do get a chance to tune in, though, I do think I'm going to be paying the virtual ticket for Saturday morning at least. Even if I only catch a few events, it'll probably still be worth the price of admission. I'm going to check it out online once I wrap up this evening. Okay. I think that is Burbank, or that's Burbank. That's Burbank. There we go. So then I'm following that plane down into Burbank. MSEP, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. If you have a moment, feel free to toss a friendly hello and thank you to Allison Johnson, as you are one of the recipients of a gifted subscription. Radio controls class, man. I kind of look forward to that too. Okay, so now we're serious. We are less than 20 nautical miles away from our approach. So let's do this. We're like less than 6,000 feet away. I'm going to deploy landing gear because nothing slows me down quite like it. I have been okay, my friend. Taking it moment by moment, a day at a time. I appreciate you asking. It's been rough, not gonna lie. I've had my days, but grateful to be able to spend time with friends and family. And I've been busy trying to get some things done as well. I shared earlier on Stream MSEP that I have been collaborating with Pilot Edge to release a virtual fly-in scenery for their upcoming event over the summer. So it should be out shortly. You're on holiday until the 8th of July. You haven't had time off in 6 months? Wow. I respect that. All right, let's go ahead and hit the approach mode right now. Let's get flaps 1, please. Thank you, MSEP. It's been an adventure. All right, can I arm? Yeah, speed brakes armed. Auto brake, we're gonna go max. Let's do flaps 2. No, we're gonna take it all the way down. What's my approach speed? 129. So 134, 135 is fine. Okay, going to flaps 5. We're going to be landing flaps 30. And we do have traffic in front of us. It's a United, I think, 737? I think. Let's do flaps 10. And flaps 15. And flaps 25. And flaps 30. I tell you what, Iowa Scotsman, I've had some teachable moments this year as to me needing to take better care of myself. So yeah, I can respect your comment. What airport was that? Interesting. Lots of airports around here. Single channel, we are 134 knots, fully established. Flaps are in place. Flight attendant, seats for landing, please. Thank you. We'll get the APU on, but not started. Okay, landing checklist. Cabin crew advised, landing gear down, speed brake armed. We're good to go. Landing checklist complete. And 1,000 stable. Missed approach altitude is going to be 4,600 feet. We've got a little bit of crosswind. Here we go, chat. All right, we'll pull out 500. My aircraft.
Approaching minimums.
My throttles.
Minimums.
Landing.
200.
Oof. Little bounce. Not bad. Not bad, actually. Welcome down, everybody. Good old default Burbank. Made it in about 50 minutes, more or less, 55, which is pretty much right on baseline. Right behind CV Major Havoc here. We'll pull off probably anywhere around here, really. Over here is fine. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit the APU startup button. Ooh, Seychelles. Yes, yes. I'm sure people are going to be flying the 777 a lot when it comes out. So I'm looking forward to hearing good things. Auto brakes turned off. And let's go ahead and park up. That was fun. I just teensy bounced the plane. A little bit, not a lot. Okay. So now with the brakes depressed, I have the parking brakes set. And let's go up top. APU gens are now on. APU's on the bus. And let's go ahead and hit the engines. And that'll do it. So, anti-collision off, strobe light off, logo light off, taxi light off. APU is currently running. And we can turn the packs off. Open up the isolation valve. And that's about it. We'll hit the hydraulics, turn off the probe heats, and keep the last pump off. Excuse me, keep the last pump on until we get the ground version connected. Kind of bounce? Yes, we bounced. A bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. I would probably estimate the initial landing was around like 200 something. But we came in at a pretty good spot. And hey, I'm not going to complain about this kind of parking. Not looking outside the plane. Dude. Let's call up some PMDG assists to take care of us tonight. We'll set the chocks. That way I can get rid of the parking brake. And there we go. Let's go ahead and request ground power, air conditioning. We're going to be requesting stairs. And 1 and 2 left. Passenger bus. And what else do I want? Oh yeah, of course. Get the ground power connected. And now we can turn the APU gens off. Ground power. APU bleed, APU off. That's it. Everything is good. I'm a happy boy. And just like that, with the beautiful sun in the background, we are down at default Burbank after a quick flight out of San Francisco. It was lovely weather. I'm very happy to have partaken of the flight. The 737 still following through, and Iowa Scotsman gifting a sub to Dendarian. Iowa Scotsman, thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate your support. I'm blessed. I'm blessed by you guys. And Iowa Scotsman gifting a sub to Scotty Nahani. Thank you. I am so undeserving. I appreciate you guys. We are on the ground, and I gotta say, this looks so beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot right now. Thank you, MSEP. Really, really appreciate you stopping in. Bonne nuit, mon ami. Hope you have a great day at work. We will take a picture. Actually, will we? Yes, I'm gonna keep that because I don't know if I'm gonna have the opportunity to save it. So I might as well save it now while I know I can. But yeah, let me take a quick peek outside. We are on the ground at Burbank, and it's beautiful sunlight out here as the sun sets. Let's go ahead and also fire up the drone to full speed and take a quick peek around Burbank, what used to be called Television City, California. LA is just on the other side of these hills. Let me see if I can find the Hollywood sign. I don't know. Enjoy your flight, Allison. So yeah, I'm guessing this is downtown Burbank. That's cool. It's neat that they had the virtual traffic on different sides of the roads actually look good. That's neat. Hollywood sign has got to be around here somewhere. It's probably on the other side. Let's see. There it is. Right there. Broadcast antennas, all this stuff. That's neat. And here's the valley. I believe this is downtown LA. It's amazing. So much multiplayer traffic. So much multiplayer traffic. Sheesh. That's crazy. I will be very interested to see what FS 2024 looks like. But that is downtown LA. And LAX is way, way, way out there. That's crazy. How many people are actually there? If I was going to go out to the West Coast, I think I'd want to visit um, the places that I want to visit would probably be San Diego, probably Monterey, San Jose, Napa, Reno, probably Paso Robles, or like one of those areas down by like San Luis Obispo or like close to the mountains. And also, let me think, what else? Yeah, it could be like Reading. And we are at I think, Any Builds Los Angeles scenery. And there are plenty of Southwest flights here. Sheesh. That's incredible. A lot of stuff loading in. I think my frame gen is starting to have issues. So I'm going to try power cycling it real quick. I just have to go back into the options, turn it back on. It should be fine. That's better. Unless, of course, we still have issues, which it looks like we do. It happens. I think the reason why I have stuttering with frame gen is probably because I'm hitting the limits of my VRAM. I have an 8 gig 3060 Ti, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's just complaining at this point. But that's okay. Also, I'm way outside the airport where I landed at, so it wouldn't surprise me if I still had trouble. Yeah, I'm at Burbank and I'm checking out Los Angeles right now, so again, it's weird. But it is cool. It is pretty out here tonight. I mean, it's not real time. Let me show you what real time looks like. Nice. So this is real time. The sun is set. It's night out. And the airport's even prettier. Um, is that the which one is it? I think it's the AMD version. I forget. Oh, look at that. I just needed to load the scenery in. Now the rest of it's loaded. At least I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably caching. Now it's better. Wow. It's nice. LA is massive. But even as much as expansive as LA is, when you compare it to other cities, the population of LA is actually smaller than they are. But there we go. It's about just past midnight. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn in for the night. Let's reset back to Burbank as I roll out. That's hilarious. Is it going to stop me? It is going to stop me. And flip. Thank you. Done. Superb. I didn't think it was going to roll over like that. That's kind of funny. Where is the rest of the airport, though? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, there's a terminal. So I was supposed to be here? Yes. First time I've seen that. Congratulations. That was funny. Okay, so it should stay in place because I have the chocks on. But when it loaded everything in, it whatchamacallit, it just had nothing to reference with the ground, so it just rolled. That's cool. It is cool. Not gonna lie. If you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point? All right. So let's take a quick peek and see who's on right now that we can probably raid. I don't know. But if anybody is on right now, then we're going to go ahead and go check them out. Thanks again to everybody that's actually stopped by. Thank you so much to everyone that subscribed, to Allison for the gifted subs, to Wisconsin for the gifted subs. I'm just, seriously, I'm touched. I am humbled. So, let's see who's on. Foxtrot is on right now. And let's see if Captain Arnon minds having some guests over.
Flight level 290, American 2028, thanks.
Let's see. Okay, chat, stick around. Let's go ahead and say hi to somebody. All right. There we go. Make sure to follow the chat, and hope you guys have a great night. It's been an absolute privilege catching up with you all. Much love to you. And like I always like to say, if you want true peace, you want the Prince of Peace, and that is Jesus Christ. Thank you, my friends. Until next time, we'll see ya.